I really have no plan for these. I just kind of go to my shelf of what we're currently listening to and grab something, and hopefully by the time I get to wherever I decided to sit, I have the story queued up in my head. So the album I want to talk about, you're not really going to be able to probably see very well, but it's from a band called the XX. That is literally the letter X, the XX. And to be honest with you, I had actually never heard of this band until very, very recently. Let's go back, let's rewind the tape a little bit. Almost 2 years now, I got divorced. You know, I found myself back in the dating pool, and I hadn't been on a date. I hadn't been on a date in over 10 years. The last time I dated, I was 24, 25. The last time I went on a date, like we were at like peak MySpace, if you will. It was my younger brother, sad but true, who introduced me to dating apps. Quite literally, dating apps. What's funny is that I didn't understand at first about dating apps, really. And so I kind of treated them like social media in the sense that I was literally friending people that I knew, or thought I was friending people that I knew, which turns out that that's not what you're supposed to do. I came across Kristi's profile on a dating app. There was a line I knew it was a lyric. I didn't know what it was a lyric from, but that line was, "I need my feelings set on fire." That line really, that lyric really resonated with me in a very meaningful way. Obviously, you know, I swiped, and fast forward to, I think we were probably a couple of months into our relationship, and we were at ACL, Austin City Limits, a big music festival here in Austin, Texas. One of the two bands were playing at the same time. On the main stage, you had Jay-Z, and on the not so main stage, you had this band called the XX. And she had been a huge fan of the XX, and I had learned that they were the band behind the lyric that was in her profile. But to be honest with you, I had never really looked that much into the band. So we went to the XX at ACL, and they put on one hell of a show. I mean, just insane show. After that show, I think it was literally within a week. I would like to say that it was the next day, but I have a feeling that that would be false. But very soon after that show, we were out grabbing coffee, and we happened into our local record store, Breakaway Records. I found their album, the XX I See You. And the track in question is the second from the last track, entitled I Dare You. In truth, this entire album is wall-to-wall good. It's one of my favorites, and the XX has become one of my current new music find favorites. This album will forever stay in heavy rotation, and like I said, that shelf behind me, that's kind of what we listen to the most. There are other records in the house and in my office, and this one has been on that shelf since the day I bought it, and it's never gonna come down off that shelf because it was at ACL and another concert that we went to. It all happened right around the same time that I realized that, you know, I had met the woman of my dreams, and that we were put here on this earth for one another. And I have no doubt in my mind about that. She really is something else. And every time that I put this album on, we both kind of pause. And that's really not only the power of music, but just and how it stokes these memories, but just how much it begins to mean to, you know, yourself and other people that maybe even share in that memory of a song with you. And so that's why when I pulled this out of the shelf, I knew that that was going to be the story today. And it is the story of how I met my soon-to-be future wife. Why now the XX is one of my favorite bands. If I wasn't going to get dinged for copyright, I would totally just play this song. So that is today's story or history in vinyl for me. How a band I had never heard of because of a lyric I didn't know and had to admittedly Google brought me closer and in some ways introduced me to my soon-to-be wife. Catch you on the next one. Bye.